Hey y'all, I'm so glad that you're joining me today. If this is your first time on my channel, glad you're here. I'm Tish and this is Tish Loves Home in her 50s. So I'm filming on a Sunday afternoon. I had another one of those nights where I woke up about 3 o'clock this morning. Stayed awake for probably 3 or 4 hours. Slept a little bit longer. It's killing me. I'm telling you, it's almost like every other night I'm waking up. Usually it's around 3, and it's so hard for me to go back to sleep. I read, I don't know, look at my phone. I try to read usually. I got up a few times, and then the next day, of course, I feel terrible. And our church service starts at 8:30. And I help keep the babies in the nursery at 10. So, by 8:30, it's like I can't get up and get ready by that point because I have had almost zero sleep. So I've missed several services this summer because of the sleep thing. But anyway, I just came home and I have rested, I don't know, maybe about an hour, but I got up and started kind of fooling around, and I wanted to get in here and work on this craft room closet today. It is a mess. We have been using things in here, and I don't know, I've just kind of been putting stuff back in, and there's really no order to it. And I bought like 4 of these little clear bins that I'm going to show you. I just went ahead and got them at Walmart. The ones that I have in there came from Target, and I would have liked to have had some more of those, but I wasn't going to Target. I just went this week and I didn't think about it. So I just got some of these at Walmart. They need to stack because I need to take advantage of some of this vertical height. So I'm going to turn on Grantchester. I love that little series. And I just found out this was the last season. So I'm going to turn on an episode of that while I'm working and just see if I can kind of get it in a little bit of order before we get started back in the school year, because we do use this craft room a lot during school, football season, all the things Caroline has going on. So I want to get that straightened up this afternoon. I have a few other little things that I might venture into, so we'll see. But let's go ahead and get up and let me get started on this craft room closet. If you haven't seen this craft room before, I'll just give you a tour in all its glory. It's a mess. I've got to do some straightening up. These windows need cleaning over here. I opened this curtain because it looked like it was about to rain. I kind of wanted to see. But I have this big desk over here that we mainly use this for like staging things. It would be a perfect desk to sit at and work. I just don't really do it a lot. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to stay up here forever or not. Trent said if we take it out, we're going to cut it in half because we had to take the door frame off to get it in here. We're not really going to cut it in half. We'll get some young, strong fellas to do that if we get to that point. But anyway, and then I have a lot of my albums that I've been working on, pictures. Most of these over here are Caroline's. I just finished putting all of her junior year pictures in these right here, and I'll be starting on her senior, but I have all of those listed down there. And then I've got my little laminator over here, and I do still use this. This is my Cricut. The laminator's over here, wrong section. This is my Cricut. It's an oldie, but we still use it mainly for letters. I do have an overhead that I've used some recently for signs. Some of my beautiful little paintings up here that are actually ones that Hope did. So I love having those up here. And another table. This is just a work area, and I put these things underneath it. I had a bigger table here, just recently got rid of it. This one I can take down, and move it when I need to. I have some things in that closet that I'm thinking might be better over here. I don't know. We're gonna figure all that out. And then this little table is the one I typically like to work at because I can position it in front of the TV. So I work here quite a bit. And then this is my gift wrap area over here, and all my little name tags and things, and just some miscellaneous scissors and craft stuff. And then this is the 4th of July stuff I had at church that I've got to put back up. So I'm going to get that done. We have used this room, as I'm moving things around, we've used this little couch in here to do like devotional time. Caroline and I have both done it in here before. It's just a real quiet little place over here in this nook. More of Hope's beautiful paintings. And then here we go in the craft room. Let's get the light on. So as you can see, it's gotten in a mess. I don't know, like I do have these in clear things, but I'm not real sure like exactly what I'm going to do. This is the paper that Caroline's been using, and I guess it's okay here, right here at the front, because she can get to that pretty quickly. I used to have that out. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. And then that's not Valentine's Day stuff. I think that's senior things. It just needs a straightening up in here, and I need to figure some things out. Like these are my hangers that I use when I'm doing consignment stuff, so I always keep those up there. And then I've got some dress up clothes here, which after this school year I'll probably get rid of most of that. I don't know, y'all. It's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can make some headway in here and make it a little bit more user friendly, because we are going to be using it. So let's see what we can do.
Only with you, the world feels right. You turn my days into golden light. Through the shadows, through the blue, everything's better. Only with you. With every touch, with every embrace, the world stands still, the moment's clear. With you I found what I hold dear, only with you.
Honestly, this is one of those spaces that probably looks worse than it really is. There was some general organization in there. Things just got not put back in its spot, and you know, it's a tight little closet. This is in that room that's above the garage, and I did want a closet in here because we did use it as a bedroom at one time for my oldest, but it does make it a little tricky because it is kind of tight. But once I kind of got in here, and really, I am going to have to go back and take these bins and do some more sorting. But I know pretty much the things that we're going to be using for this next year. And so my goal was to really kind of get those things in a spot where I could see them. Now, sadly, I have letters for seniors, which I used a couple years ago when we were doing something for some of our senior cheerleaders. When I pulled those out, I thought I had them all. Well, guess what? I'm missing the I. So I'm going to have to figure out which section I put that in. But see, that's what happens when you just kind of throw things in there and they don't go back to the spot they're supposed to be. Things go missing. A lot of this ribbon could use some more organization, but for now and for my purposes today when I was doing this, I was just trying to really group it by color. I do keep my wrapping paper and stuff in the back. It's getting a little tight. I probably could do a little bit more, reorganizing in that. But one thing I want you to notice, and this is a big change for me from kind of what I used to do and what I do now. I'm not taking everything out. I've just learned that if you don't have a huge amount of time or a huge amount of patience, you may not want to just get in a space and just take everything out, because then if you get tired or you don't want to do it anymore, then you're stuck. So I typically just find myself in not just my house, but clients' spaces too. I've started learning how to just work in little areas at a time. And really the only thing that I took out of here when I was doing this was mainly like all that ribbon. But I didn't take anything else out while I was doing that. And that just kind of helps you to keep, yourself from hopefully getting overwhelmed and having so much stuff out, especially if you are limited on time or energy or patience or whatever the case may be. So it really worked out fine. I probably spent, I don't know. I don't even know if I spent an hour up here. I had a lot of other things on this day that I needed to get done. But once again, my brain, I really wasn't thinking about those things when I started doing this. And after I got through, then I started thinking, oh, yeah, I got to do this today and I got to do this today. And so I ended up, just kind of having a little bit more than I wanted to do. But I did a few things to kind of get prepared for what we were having at the house on Tuesday. And then I just allowed myself a little bit more time the next day. And it worked out fine. But, again, I probably wouldn't have even gotten into this on this day if I'd really been thinking about the other things I needed to do. But I'm so glad I did. I feel like it's in much better shape. And you can walk in there and actually see, the things that you want or that you need. And I know I've said this more than once, but there are still things in here that we are going to grow out of. And I've already cleaned out a bunch of stuff. But when you have kids in school, there's always things. There's dress up days, there's projects, there's crafts, there's just all the things. Even when they're in high school, you're still going to have that. So I want to hang on to these things at least for another year. And then, I can slowly transition into how I want this room to function for myself and, just me later on. And who knows, I may end up, boxing up these cute little dress up clothes. And when I have a grandbaby one day, then I may want to have those for them to play with when they come over. But this just gave me a really good start. I'm so glad that I got it done. Don't be afraid to start working in a spot that's driving you crazy. Just don't try to do it all in one swoop. Pace yourself, and you'll be much happier if you do it that way.
This new road is gonna lead to better days. Got the sun laying low as I'm burning down the highway. Got everything I couldn't take, but up ahead I got everything I need. I got adventures coming my way. Wonder, wonderlust. Wonder, wonderlust. Never knew this world could radiate and shine so bright. I see nothing but beauty echoing everywhere, at every side. Today I'm setting sail and tomorrow I'll fly. Never stuck anywhere, I got motion to spare. Under the stars tonight.
Okay, here we go. Let me show you what I have done. And I just want to say I like myself so much better now that I've let go of this whole, everything's got to be Pinterest perfect, because why? Who's in this closet except for me and Caroline? So anyway, I did use all of my tubs, and this is what I needed because I needed to use this vertical space. So it was great just to stack. They definitely could be organized a little bit better, and I may in time just come in here and get one at a time and straighten them up. But I think for now I can see what's in here, and I do have them labeled. I have this as my gift box. This is really not gifts. I'm going to take that one off. This is more like costume accessories over here. And again, probably will be the end of that for me this year unless I put that stuff up to my grandbabies. I don't know. But I got my ribbons from all these teas I've been doing, kind of organized by color, and some cheesecloth here. These are some little gift items. Straighten this up. It looks much better. I got all my frames here, and then the other small ones over here. Kind of reworked all of this and did some labels on everything. So I definitely have a better idea of what I have. And I put some bags there that I think I will be using. So the floor is much more manageable. Caroline's using these two bins right now for scrapbooking, so I wanted to keep those at the front so she could get to them. And then, like I said, just straightened up those areas so I could see what I have. And it's just so much better. I am very pleased with it. And this will be a closet that will continue to change as time goes on. And I kind of pick up some new hobbies and, you know, get rid of some old ones. So there you have it. Done for the day with that. So this is trash that will go away. This is a bag for Mother's Day that I will take to the church. And then I think one of these has donations, and maybe that one, and that may be another bag of trash and a few things I need to put downstairs. And I did go ahead and put my 4th of July stuff back up too, so that's better, and just did a quick straighten up around the room. So part 2 of this video, I look really rough this morning. I am highly unmotivated to do anything to myself. But anyway, part 2, I'm going to one of my clients' houses today. Done a lot of work for her, but we have decided that she still has too much stuff in her kitchen, stuff that she's not using. So we're going to be kind of sorting through that today. She's got a lot of like cut glass platters and things, and she's just kind of, you know, out of that now. So we're going to kind of gather all of those things up. I'm going to try to group them, you know, just sort them, and we're going to maybe put a few things in different spots in the kitchen, like out of the way, or we're going to donate some of it, and some of it she's thinking her family might want. I don't know how much, you know, I always wonder when I do that with people, it's like, you know, do you think the family really wants it? Most of the time I'm finding the answer is no, that they don't. They've got too much stuff of their own. They don't want anybody else's. You know, it's sad, but it's just true. Anyway, so we're going to work on that kitchen a little bit. I've got to make a quick stop at the Dollar General before I go. And then when I get home today, I'm going to be starting on a new video. I'm getting ready to host another little senior event. They are doing senior sashes and shorts. And I think we're going to have about 7 girls. So we're going to have it here. I've been kind of getting some things ready. I'm going to be making a little banner. So anyway, I'll be working on that, getting that set up, and I'll be sharing that with you. So let's get going, see if I can get this day moving and get a few things done. So this is the open cabinets that we started with. This is kind of what led us to the next step. Here's an update of where we are. We decided that we're going to do all the chickens and roosters up here and let this be a pretty spot. We've gotten a lot of things cleared out here. We've got a set of dishes all together. We're trying to keep things a little bit lower for her. Kind of wipe this section out. And I'm still working on this section. We'll put some cups over here. And then over here, we kept all of the crystal there. And then she does have some punch bowls that we're keeping down there. And a little bit more crystal here. And then this is the Christmas dishes, which we're going to wrap up 3 sets of these. This is the only set she's going to keep. And then she's going to, of course, keep all this beautiful hand-painted Christmas pieces. But I'm going to get all of these wrapped up. I'm still working on this. We took some pieces out, isn't it beautiful? And I'm going to add a few more things around here, kind of reorganize that a little bit. And then in here, also been working on this piece, kind of getting it reorganized. And I'm going to try to put these pieces that I pulled out in the other section. She was really happy that we got all of this clutter kind of wiped out. This turned out so pretty up there. Just really to make this more user-friendly for her and only have the things close that she really, needs and that she wants to use. We found stuff in there she forgot that she had. So I felt like it was a very productive day for her. We are going to get family over to look at some things that we put away. And the next step with her, I want to do some revamping in her pantry area. So we'll be doing that next. So a few before and afters and a few look at some of these spaces after we finished. I hope again that this does give you a little motivation to get started in your own space. This probably was about a 3-hour day for us. So we worked pretty hard that day, but very, very happy with the results. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Please share, comment, like, all the things. I will be posting my next little senior activity on the next video. So make sure that you have subscribed. Hit that notification button and I will see you on the next one. Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.